We think of bacteria as dangerous organisms to be destroyed. But did you know that you are alive because bacteria make it possible? Life cannot start without bacteria. Not a single cell in your body can exist without bacteria. And when you die, it will cause serious problems to the world if bacteria don't do their thing. And many things in our life would just stop working without the bacteria. Not just that, but we are finding fascinating new uses for bacteria, and those uses work so well that we are trying to create even new bacteria to do interesting things for us.
Okay. Didn't the scientists in every sci-fi movie advise against it?
Yes, that is part of the problem. Every sci-fi movie just assumes that bacteria are the villain, and that's a mistake. Okay, they have been unfairly villainized. Most bacteria are good. Okay, so let's try to explain the goodness of bacteria. Okay. First, let's start with the obvious, right?
Okay.
All decomposition is happening because of bacteria, right? The food you throw away, the dead bodies, right? Everything gets broken down and goes back to the dust and soil because of bacteria. If not, think of what could happen, right? But all fermentation is because of yeast and bacteria, okay?
That's definitely good bacteria.
Right? No dahi for you, no lassi, no cheese, no idli dosa, right?
Those weren't the food and drink items I was thinking of when you said fermentation.
No beer, no wine, okay?
More like yes.
And no soy sauce, okay?
Yeah.
But let me come to the more interesting ones that you had never heard about.
Okay.
Rain cannot form without bacteria.
Rain?
Yes, this is new discoveries that the water vapor in the clouds needs seeds to condense upon, and that happens due to bacteria. In your fridge, water converting to ice needs bacteria, okay?
Wait, so when you go in the first rain and drink it straight from the source, you're actually consuming bacteria.
Yes, of course. I mean, you are already bacteria, okay? Your stomach has 100 trillion bacteria of 1,000 different species, okay?
Okay.
We'll come to that.
All right.
But let's think of simpler things, okay? Most antibiotics were discovered because of bacteria, right? Bacteria fighting bacteria, okay?
Bacteria fighting bacteria?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Because they're fighting each other. Obviously, they're at a war with each other, and bacteria A figures out how to beat bacteria B, and we use that technique, and that becomes our antibiotic, right? But more importantly, not a single cell in your body can exist without bacteria. Okay, let's think about the basics of cell biology. Okay, all proteins and most other things in a cell, right? They come from 6 elements: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur.
Phosphorus and sulfur?
Yeah, they're needed in every protein. So now hydrogen we directly take from the water, okay? That's good. Oxygen we take from the air, all right? Carbon, phosphorus, and sulfur, we get all of those from plants.
True.
Okay, by eating plants, that's where we get our carbohydrates from, phosphorus and sulfur also. Where do plants get that from? Okay, plants get carbon from the air, from carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, they extract it.
Correct.
Right? They take phosphorus from the soil. Okay.
Yeah.
Nitrogen. Neither us nor plants, nobody knows how to take nitrogen. Okay. The only things on earth that know how to convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia in a form which plants can absorb are bacteria. Okay. Without bacteria, no ammonia, no plants, no animals, no humans, nobody. Okay.
Interesting.
Ongoing, on a daily basis.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So no bacteria, no new cells can form.
No bacteria, no us, essentially.
Well, that is true in a different sense also. Okay. Mitochondria.
Is the powerhouse of the cell.
Correct.
It's the only thing from biology that I remember. Yes. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. What about mitochondria and bacteria though?
Mitochondria are bacteria. Okay.
What?
What happened is that 2 billion years ago, one of your ancestors which was like a eukaryotic cell floating around at that time.
Hi, Grandpa.
That cell noticed a particular bacterium which was extremely good, very efficient at converting oxygen to energy.
Okay.
And what your ancestor decided to do,
Grandpa or grandma.
grandma, I'll tell you why,
Okay.
is to enslave that bacteria, engulf it, put it inside, and then use it as the powerhouse of the cell for the rest of 2 billion years. And today
Essentially, eukaryotic cell, great, whatever grandma, consumed a battery and kept it running.
Not just that, but every time you reproduce, right? Every time a cell divides, that mitochondria, that bacteria in there, which has its own independent DNA, by the way.
Oh.
Okay, so your DNA and the mitochondria DNA are different things.
Oh.
Okay? So that also divides. Okay, not just that, but when you are born, conceived, right, you get half your DNA from your mom and half from your dad.
Yeah.
But that's not true of the mitochondria. You get your entire mitochondria only from your mom.
That's why grandma. Okay.
That's why grandma. But the thing is that you are getting an identical copy except for small mutations, right? So you are not getting any mitochondria from your dad. You're getting it only from your mom, who got it from her mom, who got it from her mom. So you can create an unbroken chain
of mitochondrial DNA all the way down to that eukaryotic cell.
No, well, I mean, we don't know about that, probably, but there is believed to be one prehistoric woman or humanoid called the ancestral Eve, and all the mitochondria of all the 8 billion humans on Earth today are derived from that one person. Okay.
There is, of course, mutations happening along the way, so it won't be the exact same, but I see.
No, but it is from that one person, right?
Yeah.
Not from like 100 different people. One person gave us all our mitochondria, okay?
The
And
Earth
those
Mother
are our slave bacteria, which are there in every cell, and we couldn't do any energetic thing, anything in fact, without our pet bacteria. Okay?
Wow.
So let's talk about the other bacteria in your body.
Okay.
Your gut, which means primarily the intestine, contains 100 trillion bacteria of 1,000 different species.
That's a lot.
Right? They're sitting there and they are a vital part of the digestion in your body. Okay. In fact, 60% of the dry mass of shit is bacteria. Okay. But because this is a respectable channel, for the rest of the episode, we are going to refer to it as feces. But we are going to talk about feces quite a lot now. These gut bacteria, okay, by the way, they have 100 times as many genes as you do.
Okay.
And they are unique to you. So the whole, composition of different types of bacteria, of these 1,000 different types, right, is unique to you as an individual, which is different from her and different for me.
Like a bacterial fingerprint of sorts.
Absolutely, there is a bacterial fingerprint in your body.
Interesting.
And it controls a lot of things. Let's go through those, right? First of all, we can't digest milk without the help of bacteria. Okay? And this includes mother's milk. Okay? You wouldn't be able to digest your mother's milk without bacteria. Okay? So you have bacteria from day zero. Okay? Second is that they synthesize some of the most important vitamins needed. Vitamin B and vitamin K are
synthesized
necessary, and they are created by bacteria in your stomach as a byproduct of digestion. Okay.
Interesting.
The third an important thing they do is they break down the fiber that you are consuming.
So basically they are creating feces.
Yes.
Which is okay, fine. That's what, So?
Okay. Here is where it gets interesting. Okay. What we are recently discovering is that your gut, along with this colony of bacteria, when the bacteria, when they break down fiber, they break them down into short chain fatty acids. Okay. The details are not important. SCFA. Okay?
Short chain fatty acids. Okay. What do they do?
They control a large number of things in your body. Okay?
Okay.
They control appetite, they control metabolism, they control your mood, inflammation, immune response. Basically, we have suddenly discovered that your stomach plus bacteria are acting like an endocrine organ, and the SCFAs are acting like a hormone, which it goes into your bloodstream, it goes all over your body, including your brain and heart and so on. And it is a signal that is controlling many different behaviors. Okay? Like I said, first of all, these are what are controlling your appetite.
Okay.
These are what are also controlling your metabolism, which means how much are you converting the food into fat and how much are you burning off. Okay. These control inflammation. Okay. And the immune response. So your immune system can go into higher gear or lower gear depending on what your gut bacteria are doing and what you are eating. Okay.
Oh.
It goes to your brain and it controls your mood. Okay. So what you're eating and what your gut bacteria are doing and the composition of the gut bacteria can decide whether you're going to get depressed or not. Okay.
What?
There is actual research showing that identical twins.
Yeah.
Okay. One is obese and the other is not. When they checked the gut bacteria, they found that the composition of gut bacteria was very different. Obviously, their genes are the same, right? They're identical twins.
Yeah.
But one out of the pair of many pairs in this research was getting obese, and the reason is because they had the wrong gut bacteria. Not just that, but when they took some of these gut bacteria and put it into the other twin, that twin started gaining weight.
Okay, hold on. I was going to ask you if that was possible, but it seems it is possible. I will ask you how later. But first, does this mean that all the modern health gurus who talk about detoxification of your gut and who promise all kinds of health benefits from this detoxification, are they right?
Well, it's a tricky question. Okay. The following statement is very true. Okay. That what you eat and your gut health affects many other parts of your body, including your mood and your sleep and so on. But detoxification is not really a scientific word. They're just making it up as they go along. Most probably, they are killing your good gut bacteria through all of those and causing more damage. Okay. So be careful, because you don't want a clean gut with no bacteria. You will die, or at the very least, you will just cause so many problems to your body that you don't want to go there, right?
Yeah, we've just established no bacteria, no human, no person, no life, no whatever.
Exactly.
But then, is there a scientific way to ensure that, I maintain a healthy gut bacterial fingerprint?
Right. So, let us first understand what is happening to your gut bacteria, what affects and how, right?
Okay.
So, by the way, this whole thing is called the gut-body-brain axis, right? Because your gut affects your body and your brain, and the reverse is also true, okay?
Okay.
If you eat a high-fiber diet, it increases the SCFA bacteria. Okay. So that signaling that is happening,
the short-chain
increases,
fatty acids,
right?
Causing bacteria.
On the other hand, if you eat high-fat diet, those bacteria decrease.
Okay.
Okay? If you eat artificial sweeteners, they disrupt some of the gut bacteria, and as a result, they disrupt normal glucose intolerance. Okay?
Oh, okay.
If you are under stress, the gut bacteria activity decreases. Okay? If you take antibiotics, of course, antibiotic, it means something that kills bacteria.
Yeah.
So, after a single dose of antibiotic, there is 30% reduction in gut bacteria, at least in one particular research that they did. And if you take a full course, the effect can sometimes persist for months or even 2 years in one particular case, right?
Ouch.
Okay. If you exercise, the microbial diversity in your gut increases. Okay.
Okay.
If your sleep gets disrupted, the microbes go down. Okay. So now you can think of what all is going on in your body.
Yeah.
Right? And all of these things affect your gut bacteria, and that affects the rest of your body, right? So what I have just said was basic,
Yeah. I was,
advice.
I was just thinking of that. What you basically told us is to eat fibrous foods, do lots of exercise, sleep well and at night, and don't eat artificial sugar or
And
sweeteners.
avoid junk food.
And avoid junk food.
Avoid fatty food, right? The connection is there through the gut bacteria, and it is not affecting just your stomach, it is not affecting just your weight, it is affecting your mood, it is affecting a whole bunch of things.
I was hoping for a shortcut, Naveen.
Oh yes, there is a shortcut. Why did you
Please.
think of it? Fecal transplants.
Sorry, what?
You have bad habits. As a result, you have bad gut bacteria. I have good habits. I have good gut bacteria. So, take my feces, put it in your stomach. Those bacteria will improve your stomach.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding. This is a real scientific, actual method, FDA approved. Okay?
Listen, I take a lot of your feces on every single episode. This better be true.
This is true. Of course, they do it a little more nicely.
Okay.
They take the feces and then they do processing on it and get rid of a whole bunch of nasty things, and they just keep the dry mass and they make it like really dry and they put it in a capsule so that when you, if nobody told you anything about it, you would not realize that you're eating someone's feces. Okay?
Eat. No.
You take the capsule and you drink water after it. Okay?
Yeah,
and
no.
I am telling you, after this, if you have constipation, it reduces. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, it reduces. If you have multiple sclerosis, there is research showing it reduces. If you have Parkinson's, there are some early signs showing it reduces. If you have ulcerative colitis, it reduces. If you have antibiotic resistant C. diff bacteria, okay, that's like a really nasty stomach infection that just refuses to go away. Fecal transplant has 85 to 90% efficacy, right?
Okay.
Human feces has been regulated as an experimental drug since 2013 in the US. There are lots of people who have done this and have benefited from it. I can send you links to Twitter threads of first person accounts if you want, right? Trials are underway for fecal transplant as a cancer treatment. Okay?
Okay.
Because there is a protein in your body which blocks your immune system from killing cancer cells, and that causes cancer, right? As a result, there is a therapy which blocks that protein so that the protein isn't able to block your immune system, so that your immune system can kill the cancer cells and your cancer gets better.
Yeah.
There are some patients for whom this therapy doesn't work, okay? Except after taking fecal transplants, it starts working. There is a trial underway, it is not yet approved, but autism, okay? There is some studies in Arizona State and some studies in China and a few other things where it has been shown that fecal transplants reduce the symptoms of autism.
Okay, this one is a really huge claim because autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder.
Yes.
And although we spoke about the gut-body brain axis, I am a little skeptical of this.
Yes, this is not yet, fully proven, but promising studies so far. Okay.
Okay, it is a study I'll definitely have to keep an eye out on, regardless of anything and everything else. But
Right.
fecal matter transplant sounds so
No, let's talk about something else, right? Like
Please let's talk about something else, because the very I understand the novelty of it. I understand the idea behind it. I understand that it's basically taking your gut bacterial fingerprint and essentially putting it in another person. So theoretically, it makes sense that it would work. It's just the fecal part of it sounds a little.
Yeah. Now let's talk about something else, right?
Yeah.
Like your glowing skin. Second highest concentration of bacteria on us is on our skin. Again, 1,000 different types of bacteria on our skin. They protect us from other bad bacteria. I mean, before the bacteria can enter, these ones fight them off and kill them. Okay? They help our immune system to fight infections, right? They help in healing wounds. they help in controlling the inflammation. I told you, bacteria are good at helping us control inflammation. Okay. So, again, don't overdo the cleaning of your skin with antimicrobials and kills 99% of bacteria. 99% of bacteria are necessary for you to survive. Okay. So,
That's one way to put it.
yeah.
From what you've described so far, it looks like bacteria are essentially the cure-all, the panacea to everything. Can bacteria solve world peace?
Well, I don't know. Probably not world peace, but climate change, possibly, very likely, right? The thing is that if there is an oil spill, one of the techniques we have for cleaning up oil spills is bacteria. Okay.
Bacteria?
Yes. So when the Exxon Valdez oil spill, right, fertilizers were added to some of the beaches that produced appropriate bacteria, and those bacteria go and eat up the hydrocarbons of the oil and break it down. In 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, right, bacteria degraded 50% of the hydrocarbons in 4 months. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Sewage treatment. Okay. Bacteria can be used to remove 90% of the organic matter when you are treating sewage, right? If you take a typical sewage plant that handles 100 million gallons per day, that uses 600 pounds of bacteria to treat the organic sewage in there. Okay?
600 pounds for 100 million gallons. That's an interesting ratio.
Yeah.
All right.
So, in mines, right, when you have to recover gold or palladium or copper from the ore, right, currently we use chemicals for that, right, but bacteria are showing promise as an eco-friendly way of extracting these metals from ores. Okay.
Interesting.
In clothes, a lot of the colors on your clothes are again chemicals, which are bad for the climate. And bacteria are an eco-friendly way of dyeing textiles.
That's DYEING.
Yes. You know, I'm talking about all these interesting uses we are finding for bacteria. Bacterial pesticides, again, eco-friendly pesticides compared to the chemicals that we are using right now, right? Self-healing bioconcrete.
Okay.
When you create concrete, you mix in these specific bacteria along with some calcium lactate food source for the bacteria.
Okay.
So that when cracks form, these bacteria activate, they start eating the calcium lactate and produce limestone as a byproduct, which fills in the crack and cements it. Okay.
Self-healing cement. The cement is alive.
Yes.
Okay.
Most molecular biology requires bacteria, right? I already said that 2/3 of all antibiotics used clinically were discovered with the help of bacteria. But when we are doing research on genes, enzymes, metabolic pathways and all of that, we first do that research in bacteria, and then what we learn from that, we apply in other areas, right?
Interesting.
In fact, because of their importance in research, we have bacterial banks. Okay.
Bacterial banks, as in you deposit bacteria and take out bacteria.
Absolutely. I mean, they're not called banks, they're called biological research centers. But basically, if you're a researcher and you're looking for a particular kind of bacteria, you go to the bank and check out that bacteria.
Hello, can you send me some E. coli, please?
Right.
Oh, what do I have in exchange? I can offer you typhus, probably. You don't want typhus? Okay.
See, again, you are thinking of the wrong kind of bacteria. Think of the good bacteria and the good things they can do for you. Hangover, anti-hangover bacteria.
Okay, now I'm interested. Yes, please.
There is a company which claims to sell this product where you have it before consuming alcohol and the bacteria which sit in your stomach and they do their thing and they prevent you from having a hangover.
I need details on this company right away.
Permanently prevent cavities in your teeth through the use of bacteria. There's a different company called Lantern Bioworks which sells a bunch of bacteria.
Not affiliated, just happen to know the name.
Yes, which you apply to your teeth and they say that those bacteria will form a colony in your teeth and they fight off the bad bacteria which give you cavities. Okay.
Why didn't I know about them 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I would have
Also,
saved those
scientists
root canals.
also scientists
Huh.
have found a way to convert bacteria into a storage disk, right? They were able to store images and a little short movie into a bacterial colony and extract it later. So point of this episode is stop thinking of bacteria as the enemies.
So I
okay?
figured.
Right? They are necessary for life, they are necessary for your good health, and not just that, it is very likely that they will save our planet, right?
Yeah.
It is possible that they are the ones who are going to solve our plastic biodegradation problem.
Yeah.
And it is possible that when Elon Musk takes us to Mars, bacteria are the ones that will terraform Mars and make it habitable for us.
Elon Musk isn't taking us anywhere other than on some wild ride. But crux of this episode, bacteria are, and pardon my French, the shit. Srikant, Naveen, FutureIQ. We are bacteria in our own way.